All right, welcome back to the deep dive. This time, we're going to get into something a little bit scary, a little bit daunting, cryptocurrency bear markets.
Ooh, yeah.
Everyone is kind of whispering about it.
Right.
This could be the time. The next big one is coming.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to dive into some of the great resources that you've sent over. Really try to give our listeners more than just, a surface level understanding.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to get into like what makes a bear market unique in crypto.
Right.
And then we're going to get into the reasons why they happen.
Okay.
And then we're going to give you guys all the strategies that you can use not just to survive, but to thrive.
Yeah, because surviving is like the bare minimum.
Exactly. We want to be, we're trying to come out the other end, stronger.
Absolutely.
So, all right, let's define this beast first.
Okay.
When we say crypto bear market, I mean, it's got to be more than, just a couple red days on the charts. So it is more than just a couple red days on the charts.
Yeah.
And although the 20%, drop from recent highs, that is kind of like the marker.
Yeah.
It's more about the feeling.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? It's like the vibes.
Okay, yeah.
That fear, uncertainty, and doubt.
Yeah.
Which, in crypto, we call it FUD.
Right. The dreaded FUD.
It starts to creep in.
It's insidious.
Yeah.
It just starts to take over everything.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm guessing this FUD, it doesn't just impact prices?
No, it doesn't.
I was looking through the sources, and it sounds like even trading volume, even like big established projects, they start changing what they're doing.
Absolutely. People just don't want to trade as much.
Right.
And then these big projects, they're shifting from focusing on growth to just trying to stay alive.
Oh, wow. It's like survival mode.
Yeah.
So this is a good point for our listeners, right? Like when you're looking at the projects that you're invested in, think about, can this thing weather a prolonged downturn?
Yes.
Like, can it make it through the winter?
Exactly.
So, we think about bull markets.
Yeah.
Like, it's easy to get caught up in all the hype.
Oh, yeah.
But it's these bear markets that really show you what's what.
Absolutely. It separates the wheat from the chaff.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, okay, let's talk about some of the things that can cause these downturns.
Okay.
So, what's at the top of the list? What are the things that really spook the crypto markets?
So the things that I would say are the main things are governments and regulations.
Oh, yeah.
Or even just the talk of those can have a huge impact. And just one tweet from some prominent official that hints at maybe a ban or, stricter policies.
Oh, yeah.
That can just trigger a wave of sell-offs.
It's crazy how much power one tweet can have.
I know.
Yeah.
And it's not just governments, though. Macroeconomic factors play a big role, too.
Oh, okay.
Things that are happening all over the world.
Right.
So, like, when we see inflation rising or, like, interest rate hikes by, central banks, investors, they get scared and they start running for cover.
Yeah.
And, that includes pulling out of riskier assets.
Right. So crypto's not immune to,
no.
What's happening in the...
It's not in a vacuum.
Yeah, in the real world.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so we've got governments. We've got macroeconomics.
Yes.
What else?
And then we've got, the age-old problem of overvaluation.
Okay, yeah.
We've all seen those charts.
Yeah.
Where it just goes straight up.
Yeah.
Like it's defying gravity.
It's like a rocket ship to the moon.
It's unsustainable.
Right.
So what comes up must come down.
Right. And and I imagine in crypto, those corrections that can be pretty dramatic.
They can be pretty dramatic.
Yeah.
But, corrections are just a natural part of market dynamics.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've talked about, those big external factors.
Yeah.
Now, what about some of the stuff that happens inside of crypto that can lead to these downturns?
So, I mean, we can't forget about the technological setbacks.
Yeah.
Things like hacks.
Oh, yeah.
They can shake trust in a project.
Oh, especially
really quickly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And especially if it involves a lot of money.
Right.
And rug pulls.
Oh, man, those are scary.
So rug pulls are when, developers abandon a project.
Yeah.
And they take investors' money with them.
Right. So it's not just these external forces, right?
Right.
We've also got these things happening inside of crypto itself.
Yes.
That can really lead to these downturns.
Absolutely.
Okay. So it sounds kind of bleak.
Right.
Right, we've got all this fear, uncertainty, doubt. Prices are falling. Governments are coming after us, these rug pulls.
Yeah.
But surely there's more to it than that.
There is more to it than that.
Right, like what about the opportunities?
Air markets, while challenging, can actually be a breeding ground for innovation.
Okay.
And it's a chance for really savvy investors to position themselves for the next wave of growth.
Okay, so less like end of the world and more like...
More like a spring cleaning.
Spring cleaning.
For the crypto space.
Okay. So let's say I'm a listener, right? I'm feeling this bear market chill setting in.
Right.
What are a couple things I should be doing instead of hitting that panic sell button?
So first and foremost, remember that emotional decisions are rarely ever good outcomes when it comes to investing.
Right.
So don't sell everything at a loss just because the market's down.
Okay. So deep breaths, everybody?
Yes. Breaths. We're not panicking.
No panicking.
All right. So instead of panic selling, what should we be focusing on?
You should be focusing on the fundamentals.
Okay.
So now is the time to put on your detective hat and really dive into the projects that you've invested in.
Okay.
Ask yourself, does the project that you're invested in, does it actually solve a real world problem?
Okay.
You know, does it have a strong team behind it with a proven track record?
Right.
And is the technology sound and innovative?
So it's not just holding on, you know, for dear life. It's making sure we're holding on to the right things.
The right things. I like that.
Yeah.
All right. So we're researching. We're making sure we believe in what we own.
Yes.
Now, what about diversifying?
Diversification is another crucial strategy.
Oh, yeah.
So, especially during a bear market, you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket.
Right.
Right.
Okay. So spread the risk.
Spread the risk.
Maybe look at those.
Look at those.
Blue chip cryptos.
Yeah. So what are blue chip cryptos?
Yeah.
They're basically the giants of the crypto world.
Right.
They've got a proven track record. And, you know, they've got a big market cap.
Right. Right.
And they're often, you know, have been around for a while.
Okay.
So things like Bitcoin and Ethereum.
The OGs of crypto.
They've weathered a few storms.
Yeah, they've seen it all.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're looking at our blue chips.
Right.
Maybe spreading out the risk.
Right.
But what about actually buying?
Buying.
Yeah.
During a bear market.
It feels a little bit like trying to catch a falling knife.
It can feel that way.
Yeah.
But there's a strategy you can use.
Okay.
It's called dollar cost averaging.
Dollar cost averaging.
Or DCA.
Okay, so DCA, what is that?
DCA is basically, so instead of trying to like time the market,
you
know, perfectly and buy everything all at once.
Yeah.
DCA is you're investing a fixed amount.
Okay.
At regular intervals.
Oh, okay.
Regardless of the price.
So like every week.
So like,
I put in $100.
Exactly.
Okay.
So like if you decide to invest $100 in Bitcoin every week, when the price is high, you're going to buy less Bitcoin.
Right.
And when the price is low, you're going to buy more.
So you're kind of like averaging out. Or buy price over time.
Exactly. And historically, DCA has been a very effective strategy.
Okay.
You know, for building wealth over the long term.
Yeah.
And especially in volatile markets like crypto.
Right.
So it kind of smooths out the bumps.
Yeah.
And it prevents you from making, you know, impulsive decisions based on fear or greed.
Right. So you're taking the emotion out.
Taking the emotion out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so that makes a lot of sense. But what if I'm a listener and I'm thinking, man, this is all great, but I don't have a lot of extra cash right now.
Right.
Are there other ways to kind of take advantage
of a bear market? Absolutely.
Yeah.
This is where passive income strategies come into play.
Passive income, that sounds good.
Yes.
Tell me more.
So even when the market is down, your crypto can still be working for you.
I like it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like staking, for example.
Now, hold on.
Yeah.
Some of our listeners might not know what staking is.
Right.
So what is staking?
So staking is, imagine you're contributing to the security of a blockchain network.
Okay. Yeah.
So you're locking up
a
portion of your cryptocurrency to help, you know, validate transactions and maintain that network.
Right.
And in return, you're receiving rewards. And those are often in the form of more cryptocurrency.
Oh, so it's like earning interest.
Yeah.
But instead of putting my money in a bank,
right,
I'm kind of like participating.
You're participating in a decentralized network.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that.
And there are other passive income strategies as well.
Okay.
Like lending. You can lend your crypto on specialized platforms.
Right.
Or providing liquidity to decentralized exchanges.
Okay.
Through something called yield farming.
Okay. Yield farming sounds...
Yeah, it can be complex.
Maybe we'll save that for another deep dive.
Yeah.
But, okay, so the point is, even in a bear market,
yes,
there's things we can be doing to be proactive, right?
Yeah, and one final tip for navigating these downturns.
Yeah.
Remember that cash is king.
Oh, okay.
So having some reserves on hand gives you flexibility.
Right.
And the ability to take advantage of, those discounts.
Yeah, like when everybody else is freaking out.
Exactly.
Like, all right, time to buy.
Yes.
Okay, so we're staying calm.
Yes.
We're focusing on fundamentals. We're diversifying.
Yes.
We're DCAing.
Yes.
We're looking at passive income.
Yes.
But you said that bear markets can also be breeding grounds for innovation?
They are.
How so?
When the speculative frenzy kind of dies down, it creates this more focused development environment.
Oh, okay.
So think about it.
Yeah.
When the market's booming, everybody's trying to build the next big thing as quickly as possible.
Right.
But when that pressure is off, developers and entrepreneurs, they actually have space to experiment and iterate and build the foundations for groundbreaking innovations.
So bear markets are not just about surviving.
Yeah.
They're also about kind of laying
the groundwork for the next
for that next wave of
growth.
Of growth in crypto.
Yes.
Okay.
And we've seen this time and time again throughout crypto's history.
Now this is all fascinating.
Yeah.
But let's be honest, bear markets, they can really mess with your head.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's one thing to understand all these strategies, right?
Right.
But sticking to them.
Yeah.
When you see those losses,
that's
tough.
A whole different challenge.
Yeah.
And that's what we're going to dive into next.
Ooh, already getting nervous.
Yeah.
All right, well, stay tuned, folks. We'll be right back after a quick break. Oh, yeah.
All right, welcome back to the deep dive.
So before the break, we were talking about how, these bear markets, they can really mess with your head.
Oh, yeah.
And, it's one thing to have a plan, but actually sticking to that plan when you're looking at your portfolio and you see those big losses, well, that's a whole other challenge.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. It's all about, our most primal emotions.
Right.
Fear and greed.
Yeah.
When the market is going up, it's so easy to get caught up in all that frenzy.
Right, because everyone's making money.
Everyone's making money.
And you don't want to be left behind.
Exactly. You don't want to miss out.
Classic FOMO.
FOMO.
Yeah, and it's like that siren song. It's just calling you in, promising you riches. But then when the tide turns, that FOMO turns into...
panic.
Yeah.
Despair.
It gets ugly.
Yes.
So how do we fight this? How do we avoid falling prey to these emotional traps?
Best strategies is to have a clear investment plan before things get crazy.
Oh, okay. So before the FOMO hits.
Yeah. So this plan should outline your goals, your risk tolerance, and how you're going to deal with the ups and downs.
So it's like a roadmap for your crypto journey.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then you can always refer back to it.
Yeah.
When you start feeling, lost or uncertain.
Okay.
It's a lot easier to stick to your principles when you've already defined them.
Right, because if you're just winging it and then the market starts to tank, you don't really know what to do.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've got our plan.
Yeah.
What else can we do?
Another helpful tip is to focus on the long term.
Okay.
So remember that bear markets, they're a natural part of market cycles.
Okay.
They don't last forever.
Well, that's easy to say.
Yeah.
But I imagine when you're looking at your portfolio.
Yeah.
And it's just a sea of red, that can be really tough.
It can be really tough.
Yeah.
And that's why it's so important to keep reminding yourself of your investment goals.
Right.
Why did you get into crypto in the first place?
Right.
What are you hoping to achieve?
Right.
And if you have long-term goals, then these short-term fluctuations, they shouldn't derail you.
So it's all about that bigger picture.
Yes, it's about having that long-term vision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, long-term vision. We're keeping that in mind, but, day to day.
Right.
It's still
tough.
It can be tough.
So some other ways to manage that emotional roller coaster.
Yeah, give me some more tips.
Is to, and this might sound counterintuitive,
okay,
but it's to step away from the charts.
Ooh, really?
Yeah.
You're telling me to not obsessively
Yeah.
check the price of Bitcoin every 5 seconds?
Constantly checking those prices.
Yeah.
That just fuels your anxiety.
Yeah.
And it can lead to impulsive decisions.
Right. Right. So a little bit of like
A little digital detox.
Yeah.
For your crypto sanity.
Okay, I like it.
Yeah, set some boundaries.
Yeah.
Maybe just check it once a week or once a month.
Okay.
And then, you use that time that you would have been, obsessively refreshing.
Yeah.
You use that time to focus on something you enjoy.
Okay.
Spend time with loved ones.
Yeah.
Pursue your hobbies.
Yeah.
Learn something new.
So it's a good reminder that taking care of our mental health,
yes,
that's just as important as managing our finances.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of mental health, I noticed in the sources,
right,
a lot of them talk about the importance of community.
Yes.
During these downturns.
Yes, connecting with other crypto enthusiasts can be so helpful.
Yeah.
Whether that's online or in person.
Mm-hmm.
It's a chance for you to share your thoughts and feelings.
Yeah.
Get different perspectives.
Right.
And just, realize that you're not alone.
So it's like a support group.
It's like a support group.
For your crypto journey.
Yeah. And sharing your experiences with people who, they get it.
Yeah.
Can be so therapeutic.
Right, because your friends and family might not get it.
They might not get it.
But the crypto community.
They get it.
They've been there.
Yeah.
All right, so we're connecting with our community.
Right.
But what if, I'm really struggling?
So I would say.
What if I'm overwhelmed?
The first thing you should do.
Yeah.
Is acknowledge those feelings.
Okay.
Because bear markets, they're stressful.
Yeah.
And it's totally normal to feel all kinds of emotions.
Right.
So don't try to, suppress those feelings.
Yeah.
Or pretend like they're not there.
Right. So we're acknowledging the fear, the anxiety.
Acknowledge the fear, the anxiety.
The uncertainty.
Yeah.
Okay, and if I'm really struggling to cope.
Right.
Are there, other things I can do?
Don't hesitate to reach out.
Okay.
For professional help.
Oh, okay.
So, like a therapist.
Okay.
Or a financial advisor.
Yeah.
They can provide, that support and guidance.
Right, right.
During those challenging times.
So taking care of our mental health?
Yeah.
That's just as important as taking care of our finances.
Absolutely.
Okay.
All right, so we've talked about the mental game.
Yeah.
But let's get into some more...
Yeah, let's get into some...
concrete strategies for not just surviving, but thriving in a bear market.
Okay, so how do we go from, just kind of barely getting by to actually using this to our advantage?
Bear markets.
Yeah.
They're often viewed negatively.
Right.
But they can be a fantastic opportunity.
Oh, okay.
For people who are prepared.
Okay.
And willing to think strategically.
Okay, so instead of thinking of it as a time of loss.
Yes.
It's a time of opportunity.
Exactly.
Okay.
So think of it like, renovating a house.
Okay.
When the market is booming.
Yeah.
It's like you're adding new rooms, you're expanding, you're upgrading.
I like that.
But during a bear market.
Yeah.
It's time to focus on reinforcing the foundation.
Oh, okay.
Making sure the structure is solid.
Right. So you're kind of getting ready for that next phase of growth.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're looking at our foundation.
Yes.
We're getting that nice and strong.
Yeah.
But you were saying that innovation doesn't stop just because the market's down.
Innovation doesn't stop. It actually accelerates.
It can even speed up?
Yeah, because when the pressure is off, developers and entrepreneurs, they have more freedom to experiment and innovate.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's like this forced reset.
Yes, a chance to step back, assess the landscape, and just really build for the long term.
Okay.
And we've seen this throughout history.
Yeah.
Some of the biggest innovations in crypto, they've come out of bear markets.
Oh, wow.
Remember, Bitcoin was born out of the 2008 financial crisis.
Right.
And a lot of the decentralized finance protocols that we use today were developed during previous crypto winters.
So bear markets aren't just times of fear and uncertainty.
No, they're also...
periods of intense creativity.
Yeah.
And innovation.
Right.
Yeah.
Where the seeds are
planted.
The future growth are being planted.
Yeah. Okay.
So that makes sense.
There's another interesting aspect.
Okay.
That often emerges from these downturns.
Okay. What's that?
Increased adoption.
Oh, okay. So
more people are coming into crypto.
when the prices are high,
Yeah.
there's like a barrier to entry.
Right.
But when prices drop,
Yeah.
crypto becomes more accessible.
Right.
To a wider range of investors.
Yeah, it's kind of like a sale.
It's like a sale.
That attracts new customers.
Attracts new customers.
Yeah. So people who were hesitant to get in when it was, really expensive, now they see an opportunity.
Exactly.
Okay.
And this actually creates the positive feedback loop.
Okay, how so?
So more users leads to more demand.
Right.
Which leads to more development.
Yeah.
And that leads to a stronger, more vibrant
ecosystem. Yeah. Okay, so these cycles, as painful as they can be short term, they're actually essential.
They are.
For that long-term growth.
Absolutely. They help to, identify weaknesses, eliminate those inefficiencies, and make the whole system more resilient.
It's like forging steel.
Yes.
You got to heat it up, hammer it, cool it down to really make that strong metal.
Yeah, I love that.
Okay, so we've talked about how these cycles, they really impact the crypto ecosystem itself.
Right.
But what about like the bigger picture?
The bigger picture.
Yeah, if we zoom out even further, what do they tell us about, the future of finance, of technology of the world?
So this is where it gets really interesting.
Okay.
So crypto, in a lot of ways, is a microcosm of this bigger shift that's happening in society.
Okay.
We're moving away from centralized systems toward decentralization.
Okay.
From opaque institutions to transparent protocols.
Okay.
From gatekeepers to open access.
Okay, so it's almost like crypto is a testing ground.
It's a testing ground.
For new ways.
For new models. Of governance, of economics, of community building. Yeah.
And those experiments, those cycles of boom and bust that we see in crypto, what does that tell us about the bigger world?
Implications.
That
go way beyond crypto.
Okay.
It'll change the way we think about finance, technology, the nature of trust and value.
So it's not just about making money from the next big coin. It's about being part of this bigger movement.
A bigger movement. Toward a more decentralized.
Decentralized,
transparent.
Equitable future.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the path ahead, I mean, it's going to be challenging.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
There's going to be a lot of uncertainty.
Yeah.
But the
potential's there.
Is enormous.
Okay, so we've talked about the psychology.
Yes.
We've talked about some concrete strategies.
Right.
We've talked about the big picture.
Yeah.
Is there anything else?
Any final words of wisdom?
Yeah, for our listeners as they navigate this crazy world of crypto.
So stay curious.
Okay.
Stay informed.
Stay informed, yeah. Stay engaged.
Stay engaged.
And remember, the future is being built block by block right now.
Well, I think that's a perfect place to leave it.
Yeah.
So we've gone from being a bit scared of those bear markets to seeing them as opportunities for growth, for innovation, and maybe even, some kind of societal transformation.
Yeah.
So, dear listener, that's a wrap on our deep dive into cryptocurrency bear markets. We hope you learned something. We hope you feel a little bit more confident, and maybe, just maybe, you feel a little bit inspired. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring. All right, welcome back to the deep dive. So we've spent this whole episode, talking about crypto bear markets.
Yeah.
We've talked about the psychology, the strategies, but now I kind of want to zoom out.
Okay, yeah.
Look at the bigger picture.
The big picture.
So, these cycles, these bear markets, what do they tell us about the future of crypto itself?
What I think is really interesting, each bear market, it's like this pressure test for the whole crypto ecosystem.
Okay.
And so they're definitely hard times.
Yeah.
But they ultimately lead to a stronger foundation for future growth.
Okay, so how does surviving a downturn make crypto stronger in the long run?
Think back to what we were saying before.
Yeah.
When you're in a bear market, all that hype, the speculation, kind of goes away.
Right.
And what you're left with are those projects that have real utility.
Okay.
They got strong teams.
Yeah.
Dedicated communities.
So they're built to last.
Yeah, it's like natural selection.
Right. So it's not just survival of the fittest. It's
survival of the most valuable.
Of the most valuable.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got the strong projects.
Yeah.
They're making it through.
Right.
Now, you were talking about innovation before.
Yes.
How does that play into all this?
So when the market is, going up, everybody's just trying to make money as quickly as possible.
Yeah, right.
But when it's down and the pressure is off, that's when developers, entrepreneurs, they have the space to really experiment and iterate, focus on building like the next generation of blockchain tech.
So it's like this forced reset where everybody kind of takes a breath and they're like, all right, what's next?
What are you building?
Yeah.
What are we building? What are the real problems?
Exactly. And this has happened before.
Yeah.
Some of the most groundbreaking innovations in crypto came out of bear markets.
Like what?
So like Bitcoin came from the 2008 financial crisis.
Oh, right.
And a lot of the DeFi protocols that we use today, they came from previous crypto winters.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so bear markets are not just...
They're not just...
times of fear and uncertainty. No, they're periods of intense creativity.
Yeah.
And innovation.
Right.
Yeah.
Where the seeds of future growth are planted.
Exactly.
Now, there's another thing I wanted to touch on.
Okay.
Before we were talking about adoption.
Yes, adoption.
And I'm curious, how do bear markets play into that?
So when prices are really high, it's like a barrier to entry.
Yeah, it's intimidating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when the prices drop,
yeah,
it becomes more accessible
right.
for a wider range of people to come into crypto.
So it's like a sale.
Yeah, exactly.
That brings in new customers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And this creates like a positive feedback loop.
How so?
So more users leads to more demand.
Right.
And that leads to more development.
Okay.
And that ultimately leads to a stronger and more vibrant ecosystem.
Okay, so these cycles, as painful as they can be, in the short term, they're actually essential for the long term.
They're crucial.
Yeah, they're crucial for the long-term growth. And it's not just growth, it's like maturation of the entire space.
Absolutely. They help us to identify weaknesses.
Yeah.
Eliminate those inefficiencies.
Yeah.
And they make the whole system more resilient.
It's like that forging steel analogy again.
Exactly. It makes it stronger.
You got to put it through the fire.
Yeah, you got to put it through the fire to make it stronger.
Okay, so we've talked about how these cycles impact crypto.
Right.
But now I want to zoom out even further.
Okay, even further.
What do these cycles tell us about the future of everything?
Ooh, the future of everything.
Yeah.
I like this.
What do they tell us about the future of finance, of technology, of the world?
So this is where it gets really interesting, I think.
Okay.
Crypto, it's like this microcosm of this bigger shift that's happening in society.
Okay.
We're moving away from centralized systems.
Right.
We're moving toward decentralization.
Right. So from those big institutions.
From those big, opaque institutions.
Yeah.
To more transparent protocols.
Okay.
From gatekeepers to open access.
So it's like we're experimenting.
Yeah, we're experimenting.
With new ways.
With new models.
Yeah.
Of governing, of economics.
Yeah.
Of community building.
And all those experiments, all those booms and busts that we see in crypto.
Yeah.
I mean, what does that tell us about?
I think it's going to change the way we think about things.
Yeah.
It's going to impact the way we think about finance, technology.
Yeah.
Even the way we think about trust and value.
So it's not just about...
It's not just about...
making money.
Yeah. It's about...
It's
about this bigger movement.
It's about being part of something bigger.
Exactly.
Okay.
To a more decentralized...
Yeah.
A more transparent and a more equitable future.
And that path ahead,
The path ahead.
It's going to be challenging.
It's going to be challenging.
There's going to be uncertainty.
A lot of uncertainty.
But it sounds like there's a lot of potential.
The potential is enormous.
Okay, well, I think we started off this deep dive a little bit nervous about these bear markets.
Yeah.
But I think we came to see them as opportunities, to learn, to innovate.
To grow.
And maybe even to be a part of something that changes the world.
Exactly.
So, dear listener, that's a wrap on our deep dive into cryptocurrency bear markets. We hope you learned a lot, that you're feeling a bit more confident about what's ahead, and maybe, just maybe, a little bit inspired to build that future with us. So until next time, stay curious, keep exploring, and we'll see you on the deep dive.
Jullie doen eens